Hey guys, what's up? It's me, DizzyTheConquer. This is gonna be like a video because I just start reading this not too long ago due to the help of Blister Blood, T-Bone, Rampant Brony, all that stuff. You probably hear me on a little live stream, you know, most of the time. Okay, now I was just reading this. They would just say this about Sega. Sega, you are awesome. Now you turn into shit. Let me just say why. It's because of the fact that your games are pretty, like, you know, your games are subpar, but you just making wrong choices. Sonic is on live support. Yes, the merchandise, like the comment with like Sonic Cross Mega Man, is actually doing great. The same thing for Project X Zone. That is like the only game I see you with all your other characters besides Sonic. And I will say this, it is great that you bring it back, Shining Force with Shining Arc. But what about other games? What about Vector Man? What about Golden Axe? What about Rise Star? What about Shinobi? What about Fantasy Star? Yeah, you coming out with Fantasy Star 2 pretty soon, but really, stop you're milking Sonic. Sonic do not have no milk yet. Besides, your milk is sour. And another thing, I'm not a homosexual, so I do not want any of his fucking milk. And he's a fucking anthropomorphic hedgehog. Why the fuck do we want milk from him? What I'm trying to say is, Sega, you fucking up. Especially what I just found right here, thanks to, you know, my friends. Since Shining Arc has actually, you know, since you've been working on it, you've been actually forcing, you know, DMCA campaigns and claims on people that actually play the game, you know, with Shining Force 1, 2, and 3, which is pretty much not cool because for what I've read, let me just say this. You just took down a video with someone that actually had fair use because his video was part of a commentary. If you don't know who I'm talking about Total Biscuit. Now let me just say this. I pretty much don't watch his content. But I would say this, I'm actually with him when he say, you know, boycott Sega. It doesn't mean I'm going to play the games. I'm still going to use them for, like, I got bored. And at this time, after this, I don't know if Stark Animations is going to even think about doing Sonic Freedom Fighters. Sure, we might be thinking about doing it, but let me just say this. What we're doing right now is much better than what you're doing. You milking him, giving him Chaos Emeralds, all that stuff, and don't even tell you because Chaos Emeralds are awesome. Chaos Emeralds is not that great no more. Our story is pretty much really good, and in the future we will put out a trailer for the series once we get all the episodes done, but you gotta wait for DC United. And let me say this, your past choices as well is pretty much shit as well, because you took down Bomber Games Streets of Rage remake because it kicked your game's ass, and don't even tell me about it because they're making money off of it. It's a donate button for the fucking site. You can't even give me, you know, no shit about that. And the fact that Sonic Fan Remix, it was just a one zone demo or something like that, and it kicked Sonic 4 Episode 1 out of the fucking water. Sure, Sonic 4 Episode 1. It came out, fans love it, but don't tell me that the physics actually do go with the game, you know, in the old state, but the physics of Sonic 4 Episode 1 is shit. The old physics are much better due to the fact that those type of physics are needed for the controls. I will explain more in the near future. That's why I have the Mad Catz All-Stars, WWE All-Stars Mad Catz Fight Pad or Raw Pad. That way I can play the game. And you know what? It still don't feel right. But when I play an old school game like Sonic 2 on ROMs and freaking Mega Collection, because that's like the last game that I bought. Wait, the last game of Sega that I actually bought was Sonic and Knuckles, but that was like when I was like 8 years old. That's the last game that I bought that wasn't a compilation, because I knew that Sega was just fucking up. And you can't say anything about how Sega not doing this, Sega not doing that, because they say Capcom's worse. Let me say this. Capcom might do like third party, you know, kind of claims, but at least you can keep your video. Sega is just straight up taking down the video. And let me just say this. EA and BioWare don't even do the same shit. Sure, they might do some stupid shit like on this DLC, but at least they not doing stupid shit like that. Go like that, excuse me. But I'm over here having a headache. Fucking, it making me give hiccups, all this shit. So you know what? I'm just gonna give myself some rest and let the article read itself. I'm gonna post like 2 or 3 links about it. Give you the channel, the Total Biscuits channel, if you don't know him. His content is actually pretty good, and we're like somewhere on the same network. It's really RPM, even though I'm technically with Soldier Blade, it's really RPM, but enough about that. But yeah, this is DizzyTheConquer, and this is me saying don't support Sega at this point, because it shows that they only want the fans to actually care about them than stab you in the back. I bet you, since Maximilian told you to actually vote for Shaga Senshiro for DLC, I bet you they not even going to make him, you know, be good at all at the game. They just want, I'll just say it like this, they want your support, that way they can fuck you over. I mean, sure, Fighting Vipers 2, all the fighters and all that stuff, yeah, that's great, that's awesome, but that's still not enough. That is still not enough. What about Veteran? How come you can't just actually, because you still own that character, sure, Blue Sky Software and all that stuff, but you remade Sonic 4, you did Sonic 4 without the original programmers, nor Yuji Naka. How come you can't do that to Rystar, or Vectorman, or fucking Dynamite Heady? Treasure is still out there. You still on good terms, but shit, man, you know what, I'ma stop. I might make a part 2, but yeah, it's fucking 12:03 in the fucking morning, and I over here soft raging over, you know, stuff like this. It's stuff like this that makes me think, why was I, you know, a huge fanboy back then when I was like 8? I'll just say it like this, if Platinum Games do the same thing that Sega, Capcom, and everyone else do, I lost all hope in gaming. But yeah, this is DizzyTheConquer, and I'm signing out for the night.